Welcome back
Welcome back.
to another episode of Finding Our Favorites.
Finding our favorites.
Four. Three? Four? I think it's four.
4. I think it's 4 too.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Today is the 1st, January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
We spent the 1st in our living room.
Living room watching the ball drop.
On TV and thinking about how grateful we are to be here for another year.
Yeah.
That we've made it through a year. Zyah will be turning 16
In 10 days.
in 10 days, and so we've been thinking about what that means. What comes with being a 16-year-old.
Yeah. One thing that comes with it is in Atlanta, the ability to get your driver's license. And I got my permit. I got my permit on my 15th birthday. Day of. On the dot.
You were on task. I like that about you. You was serious. You was like, I know I want to drive. I'm going to get my permit the day I turn 15.
And so I've now finished my ACEable, which is like the online driver's training, which is just the book knowledge. And now I have to get 40 hours in, 6 of which at night.
Yep.
And I've got one of the hours.
1 hour down.
1 hour down.
We're doing it in 30-minute increments at the moment.
Yeah, because there's not. I feel like I could get more than 30 minutes if it's like a road trip.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have any road trips planned.
Not right now, and plus, like, you're not quite ready to be on the road.
Yeah, I'm not on the road yet.
Yeah, not yet. But as soon as she is ready, we are out of here.
Yeah.
And you're driving.
Yeah.
So how's it been driving so far? What do you think about? Because we're just driving in big parking lots, empty.
So the first time I actually drove was when I got my permit.
Oh yeah, I put her in the driver's seat right away in the parking lot.
In the parking lot.
We walked out to the car and was like, okay, drive.
Yeah, and I don't know. That was stressful. And after that, I was hesitant to drive again.
Oh, my bad.
But now I've driven 2 more times, and it's becoming more normal, but I'm still like, whoa, whenever I see like a person or a car.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're taking our time. You're doing a great job, though. I love how attentive you are. I love how, you seem like you're going to be a very responsible driver.
Yeah.
How am I as a teacher, though?
I think you're pretty good. I think sometimes you'll be like, remember you have to brake when I'm already on it.
Oh, and I don't want you to ride the brake because that's not a trait of a good driver.
And so,
but sometimes there's moments of where I feel like the energy in the car is like, oh, it's a little out of control. And I'm just like, remember you have control. So that's maybe what I should be saying. Remember you are the one in control of this. Because like sometimes when we turn or, even me as a driver, it's like, hold on, the vehicle, some people drive like the vehicle is getting away from them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the car is in control. It's like, no, wait a minute, like slow down. And I'm not saying use your brake because that's not really a sign of a great driver to be riding the brake. I cannot stand that. But I think we come from a line of good drivers. My dad is a really great driver. My son Ezra is a really, really great driver. Is there any other great drivers in the family?
I don't know.
I feel like saying who's a great driver is also saying
who's not a great driver. Yeah. You only name 2 people and then everyone else is like, what?
We're all great drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thanks. I want to be a good teacher.
Yeah. It's just so weird because in Atlanta the traffic is always crazy.
Yeah.
And also, like, there's just not a lot of places to actually drive around in, from what I know.
Mm-hmm.
It's only school and church parking lots that are empty most of the time.
Yeah, we're going to have to find, like, more, like, kind of rural areas.
Yeah.
Neighborhoods for you to drive through because sometimes even when we go to those neighborhoods, though, there'll be like children crossing signs and stuff. Yeah, kids. So it's just about finding them. and making sure we're going at the right time, because if we go during rush hour, you know, it's not going to be a good look.
Definitely.
So, but you're doing a great job, and so we're going to keep on this half hour daily until we get to an hour increment, and we're going to get to 40 hours, and then you're going to go ahead and move forward with getting your license.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm gonna be able to get it this year.
Oh, definitely.
Because like I don't know if I'll be able to get 40 hours in. I mean, I could.
Yeah, you're definitely
within the
gonna be
next
able to.
10 days.
Oh no.
It like there's no reason. There's like I don't have to get it within the next 10 days.
No, but I definitely think within the next 3 months.
Yeah.
You're by March.
Yeah.
Like by springtime, you're gonna be ready to get your driver's license.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be ready to go on a summer road trip. So that's another thing that we're doing. I know this finding our favorites feels a little bit loosely.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like this podcast it's so broad that it's not like I was on Spotify looking for a podcast, and there's one called like Do You Remember? And the description was like Michael and Stacy talk about old childhood movies and reminisce about them. Like that's a specific topic, but I feel like this is so general that, and also we can have a chat.
Of course.
In the episode.
Yeah, I like chatting with you.
Yeah.
So that's on our schedule for 2025.
Yeah.
Is Zyah's driver's license, which brings me to think about the beginning of the new year. Even though it's the Gregorian calendar, there is still some energy and some shifting around it being a new opportunity. No yawning in finding our favorites. This is not yawning energy, my G. Not yawning energy. You gonna make me yawn? Then what?
Look, we stayed up late last night.
Okay, but what was I saying? The Gregorian calendar and the new year and different ways of planning. And one thing that I've learned about myself is that I get that maybe not seasonally is this the beginning of our new year, but I do acknowledge that this is, for me anyway, a very high energetic vibrational time. And a lot of it has to do with me being, I feel like, for me, being born in December. And I always, every year around December, I feel very enthused and on track. And I feel like that's what's happening again. I'm learning, it's taken me a little bit of time, but I'm learning a lot about my patterns. And I want to thank you for your observations that you've made about me and how I function. And like, oh, I've made this observation about you, because for the most part, it helps me in knowing myself better. So thank you for that. Specifically around like the conversation we had last week about ADHD.
Oh yeah.
And autism and such. Because before Zyah was doing her own research about that, I had no idea that I possibly could be
like neurodivergent.
Yeah, neurodivergent. But what I do know is that this season is a really beautiful time for me. I love this season. I love, my birthday always comes with a lot of deep reflection about what I'm doing with my life. And the other thing that helps me stay very, very focused is having visual reminders about the process and the progress that I'm seeking to make. And so that always comes with like a whole wall being adorned with Post-it notes and kind of this legend and map that's going to take us through, you know, to completion for my next projects. And I have a lot of projects happening this year that I'm really super excited about. The last thing I did was the calendar.
Yeah.
I just released the 2025 calendar, so I'm using my calendar to kind of map this year out. And I'm using a lot of visual clues and visual reminders, and making sure that I'm sticking to a really beautiful morning routine every single day. So I'm always interested to know, though, what are your tips, tricks, favorite go-to hacks for planning, goal setting? And mostly I'm super interested in moving critical important things, like really substantial things forward. I'm not interested in being busy for the sake of being busy. You know, having just any to-do list and checking off any item. I want to know that I'm moving something forward and that I have a marked goal, and I can also measure my growth and my progress. So I'm always open. Tell me your tips and tricks. And you have anything to add about that?
I don't know. I've been thinking about like journaling recently because I got a planner calendar thing from like Michael's or somewhere, and I haven't really used it because it's just like I need to be able to see stuff, and even I have a little place to put like my sketchbooks and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still like, oh, I have to open it and look in there and try to get to the page that I'm looking for to actually, you know, do that. And it's just a lot. And I was thinking I'll make a contraption. And I had an idea. I was like, because I was thinking about that, and I'm like, how am I going to make a planner more visually accessible? And I was like, there must be something that already exists that it's like, it's wall mounted, and you know, some people use their sketchbooks like horizontally, you know? I was like, what if it was like that or something?
Like
you
attached
put it on
to
the
the
wall, and like you can kind of clip so you have these two pages open, and you just have that there. Kind of like how a calendar works.
But you can take it off to write in it and then just put it back?
Yeah. Or something like that. And I guess since it's made for like, you know, I don't know, like the letters are written on a width, it's like on the horizontal plane, but in context it would be vertical on the wall, which I guess it doesn't have to be, but I think that would be easier because then it's only one place to fasten it.
Yeah.
Rather than two on both sides.
Yeah.
Or one on both sides.
Yeah. I love that. I love horizontal. Did you know the first book I ever wrote was written horizontally?
Oh.
My poetry book, you could open it like this. It was like, and I love that because when I wrote in my journals like that a lot because when I would go to the studio, I would want an easy way to read what I wrote, you know?
Yeah.
And it's easy to hold your book open.
Hold it like that.
Then hold it like
with one hand. It's like
try to like use your fingers. But if I just held it open like that and just push the page up, held it, I could keep it in the same spot. And so I actually wrote my first book like that too.
So that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a calendar, but it would just be a little bit different because it's still a planner.
We probably could make that then, or you probably could make that.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to figure it out.
I love journals. I've kept journals since I can't remember a time that I didn't have a journal. I was always been fascinated with writing and journaling, and so I have so many of them, and I love the completion of a journal, and I love just the freedom of just, you know, exploring my inner world and having this piece of art come out of it.
Yeah. I've never really kept them. It's never really been a thing for me.
But you got mad sketchbooks.
I'll keep a sketchbook. And when I say sketchbook, it's mostly, it's like multi-purpose. Because in the same sketchbook, it was so funny. I was on the phone the other day. But in the sketchbook I was just going through it to show stuff that I had drawn. And there was like a portrait, like a bust portrait of a character. And in red text, it was all the lyrics for a song I had to memorize for band, right? Just in all the same page. And I was like, wow, that's different. Because what do you mean you have the Supreme lyrics literally right next to, like, a portrait of, like, a mummy?
That's nice.
Yeah.
I love that kind of stuff.
I'll show you, because it looks...
Yeah.
It's different.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. I love just the uniqueness of you. You know? Just, and when you document like that, because it's a free space, you're not thinking about what people are, if people can see it, you know what I'm saying? It's just a private way to express, and so I love that form of freedom. So, all right, maybe we'll show a little page. If you want to show your page, maybe we'll edit a clip in of the Supreme lyrics right next to your sketch.
Yeah.
I guess that's our episode.
Yeah.
Signing off.
Farewell.
Have a beautiful new year. Set some beautiful intentions. Be good to your family. Love you. Peace.